Hi friends, I am Nicole with Caleb's Mom Shop, and in this video, it's not a tutorial, it is just a little, I guess a few tips that I have. I had another subscriber reach out asking how I choose ribbons and my mesh for projects. So I thought I would, I guess, disclose my process. As you're on YouTube or Facebook or any other platform, each designer is different. So this isn't a how to, or it's not, how should I word this? This is just my preference and how I go about. I learned through other designers and my personal preference when it comes to choosing ribbons and learning how to pick out like mesh for my wreath. So I thought if I could be of help or inspiration to other designers, then let's make a small, a short video about it. So I'm about to film a tutorial, and my inspiration for it's a patriotic wreath, and I'm going to be using this beautiful butterfly, red, white, and blue. So this is quite simple as far as the mesh, red, white, and blue. But I always start with my like inspiration. So usually it is a sign or an attachment, and that is where I go from there. I find out what my whole entire design is going to be focused around. For this one, it's this butterfly. And then I fill the base with the mesh for this red, white, and blue. Very simple to choose these colors. And I usually use three colors. I started off using two. So you can do two or three, depending on the supplies you have and your personal preference. And then after I have my mesh, I go from doing that to my ribbons. And so red, white, and blue, that's what I'm going to be using. But I also, even though it's blue, it's like a very bright blue. So if you look at that, I wanted to use this ribbon, but this is more of a navy, so it kind of clashes. And this is more of like a royal blue. So keep in mind, the tones. I like to take that into consideration when I'm choosing ribbons. So for this, again, my inspiration. So I thought this is perfect. It has that royal blue, the white, and the red. And this is a 4-inch. So I also like to go from large to small. So if I'm using a 4-inch ribbon, that will be my first ribbon I use, and then 2.5, 1.5, and so on. And then I found, again, another ribbon that has that royal blue, red, white, and blue, and it does have stars. I wanted to make sure I pulled a ribbon that had some stars and stripes in it because of this design. Second, I also wanted a smaller red, white, and blue. Okay, so you got the theme. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to end with this because I also have but I think I'm going to be using this. This is a 5/8 ribbon, just blue and white. So I think these would look really great with, I'm like not organized, with the design. Okay. And that's how I go about, choosing ribbon. And I know that sounds simple, but definitely take into consideration the tone of the colors. Like I said, with blue, there was I saw this, this blue. I love this ribbon, but that blue clashes a little bit. I mean, you could use it again. You could absolutely use it. I'm not saying, but for me, I just thought it would take away from the sign, just that color. So I'm going to stay with the same shades for this particular design. But like, I also pulled another sign for you. So like for this sign, this welcome to our home, it's like that chinoiserie, however you pronounce it, blue and white. So I did a design earlier. So I have this ribbon. Again, it's not the same pattern, but it's the same, you know, concept of it. And then like a solid blue, you know, a solid blue ribbon, that royal blue. So these two together. And then if you wanted to add a little pop of like, not color, but like if you just wanted to add something, I've been doing this in designs. You can always add like some Swiss dots. I think these Swiss dots, you know, would look really nice. Should have, this one is not cooperating. But yeah, like the black and white, you can add that. Like I added black and white to an Easter design. It's again, your preference. And to be quite, I mean, I know there's things on Yahoo or Yahoo on Amazon, like a color chart that some people use, or you can purchase it from Etsy, I'm sure, where you can like a color wheel. That's a good, you know, if you need guidance like that, you can purchase those. And it shows you like, if you use this color, what other shades or what other colors would look good. But see if you just wanted to, I think that would look really pretty with this sign. Ooh, maybe a design in the future. All right. And then as far as like the mesh for this, I would use like this royal blue. This royal blue that I have right here, that would be good with white. And you can also, like, I have some extras of this, like blue and white. And then this is like a beige burlap. This goes with anything. You can, I mean, these three right here would be perfect. But just rule of thumb, try to incorporate, like, this is just blue and white. So it's like, you could just use the two mesh, rows of mesh. But I would probably put this burlap. This again goes with anything. I pulled one more sign just to, this happy summer. So this is a nice wooden sign I got, I think, from Amazon. So for this, I would definitely use like, I would definitely use like red, green, and maybe yellow deco mesh. So yeah, so this is like a watermelon mesh, and then the yellow and red. I think this would be a very good combination because you do have that yellow, green. If you don't have like white, because most people, you know, you have white mesh, you can always add. If you don't have that watermelon and you just want to do these three. I hope I'm not confusing you all, but so yeah, just play around with it. And again, when all else fails, throw in some burlap. Because for the most part, unless it's like a whimsical wreath, I do cover up most of my mesh with like greenery and florals. And then let's pick out some ribbons with this. This will be fun. So this is my ribbon shelf. Welcome. I have more ribbon than I need. Here we go. So yeah, I would definitely do like, this is like a water, and it doesn't have to match exactly like for a sign like this, but this has like all those like basic colors. Something like this, and I love this one right here. It's like all right, so we have these two, And then I would pull some yellow, because that yellow right there, so like that nice yellow. And then I need like, I would need, because there's not pink, there's a little pink, but like green, you have your green, you have your yellow, you have your red, and you can even do like the black Swiss dots right here. I would maybe even like this for like watermelon seeds, I think would make it really pop. Like this, something like this. I mean, you don't have to if that's not your style, not your jam. But yeah, or you can just do like, oh, this might be a nice green. Like a different shade of green. So yeah, let's see. There you go. And like the textures, when I first started, I would like wait till end of season and where they would be sales, and I would buy like a bunch of ribbons at once at a discount. And then as my collection has grown, I have, you know, usually shop for the design or for the season. And I'll buy a few here and a few there, because it does get costly, and it gets expensive. And, you know, sometimes like spending a lot of money in ribbon that just sit there and that you're not using. So I have to be very, especially now that I do have this small business, I have to be very conscious about the spending, and I can't be just buying all these ribbons. So yeah, take that into account. But, you know, you can always, you know, if you are like, this is a good idea, a good tip. When I do a custom order, I usually, depending on what the customer wants, like I'll get my focal point, which would be the sign, and then I'll go like Craft Outlet or Greenery Market or wherever I'm looking at ribbon, and I'll add a bunch of ribbon that I think will go with the sign. And then I'll make like a collage on an app that I have, and I'll add all of those ribbons along with the sign, and I'll see them all together, and I will, you know, see what will work and what does not. And that way, like I see how they would all look together, and that's a good way. And then you can go forward and purchase the ribbons that you want, and then delete the ribbons that, you know, that actually don't look as well as you thought they would, in your design. So play around with it. Definitely like use that as like a practice, and just like go to where online, if you purchase ribbon online, go online and add, you know, depending on what your focal point or what your inspiration is, and start looking at ribbons, like Google or type in the colors you like. And then, you know, what I do is I like screenshot the actual pictures of the ribbon, and then I'll crop it in my phone, in my camera option, and then I'll save it, and that's when I'll upload the pictures to the app, and you can visually see what your design's gonna look like from there. Let me know if this helps. Again, this is just a quick tip for you guys as far as how I go about picking ribbons and mesh for my designs. So please, if you have not already done so, and subscribe to my channel so you get notifications of all of my videos and when I go live. And as always, thank you so much for joining me as I do something that I truly love, which is not only design, but trying to inspire you all. So again, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments, and let me know. Maybe I can do like, if you do want me to do like a video on how I can do like maybe like a phone. I think I can like follow my phone and do a video and show you how I do this collage for custom orders, in case my instructions were not very clear. So as always, thank you guys so much. I'm Nicole with Caleb's Mom Shop, and you all have a great day. All right, we'll chit chat later. Bye.